right, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, man? Is the audio and pictures fine? It's like quality's fine, right? What's up? What's up? It's good. All right, perfect. All good. All right, perfect. Double confirmation. I like that. So first off, first, I wanna look into this right now. This is the current economic calendar for this week. You guys saw yesterday news at 10 a.m., which is basically one of the only red news for the week. With this one's gonna be tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. I don't really care about the projections. All I know is there's gonna be something at 8:30 tomorrow. So that being said, I've said at the beginning of the week that we might get potentially the high of the week or the low of the week form on Tuesday, and potentially same thing happening on Thursday. So one or the other is gonna potentially create the high or the low of the week. So today, right, there's nothing really, right? It's yellow news. So I'm gonna close this. So we're gonna trade and look at potential like intraday volatility setup. I'm relying mainly on macros and stuff, so it's gonna be perfect. All right, so this is our previous weekly range right there. This is the high of the week on Thursday, the low of the week on Friday. Pretty extreme large distribution on the sell side at the end of the week. And the reason behind that distribution was mainly because that was the FOMC uh, NFP basically on Friday, right? So yeah, it's kind of like a combination of both, but mainly is because like it's basically taking the risk off the table. So like if people have all the whole thing, till this high, it's better just like basically give it back, sell the people that are willing to buy, and from there, you can rebuy again. All right, so on Monday, that's basically what happened here. So you know, large accumulation on the buy side, taking that high right here, this one right there, this one, this one. So basically engaging the Friday high as the Monday close. um, right there on Tuesday, we got a large consolidation after a large expansion day, right? So you see right there, all the candlestick side by side, signifying a consolidation overall. And that's a distribution that we see right there at 10 a.m. That was the basically the news I've showed you on the calendar. Um, and it basically goes for the buy side imbalance that was formed on Monday, right? So if I actually plot a bullish fair value gap right there, or BISIs, it's gonna be basically that. So yeah, we can see that this is basically rebalance. That's great. There's this sell side imbalance right there. You know, in between the 6 a.m. low and in between the 2 p.m. high. So I kind of like see this as a potential draw liquidity for today. So this is basically this pocket right there, right? Do we have any volume balance? If I look at the value on the top of my left screen, there's no imbalance, so it's fine. Good. So I'm gonna use it like this. Only thing is I'm gonna put it red because that's a bearish one. Just put it 50% right there. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so this might be a nice drawn liquidity for today, right there. Specifically because we're close from the previous week equilibrium right there. And there's already some work that been done today on the sell side. So yeah, there's this high right there. It's pretty interesting so far. So I would basically connect that 2 a.m. high, including to that 2 p.m. high as a low resistance, and also look at this sell side imbalance and also consider that previous week equilibrium right there. This is only because I'm looking at the 4 hour right now, so we're gonna investigate a little bit further lower time frame to see if there's anything that could align with that. That'd be great. All right, so let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. So this is basically the same framework I'm using right there. It's basically the previous weekly range seen from the OHLC indicator, like basically set on the weekly. And I show 20 weeks, but it's kind of like a little bit overkill, but it's fine. And I have the daily separators with in all the days, so like I can basically immediately um, compare any days and basically understand where we are in the story of this week. Okay, so there's a small distribution here at 4 a.m. in the morning, and the reason behind that small distribution right there was to rebalance that buy side imbalance right here that's been formed at 9 p.m. in Asia session. So for that reason, I'm gonna note that right there, okay, that bullish imbalance here. I'll put it on blue, right? Keep it simple. This I could annotate that to 4 hour if I want, okay? So I'll put it like basically on the bottom center, maybe, right? Or just maybe inside center. Yeah, that's kind of like not bad actually. It's kind of like not bad. I'll keep it like this, right? Same thing right here. It's on 4 hour. Okay, so I'll put it on 4 hour inside center. So these are 4 hour, and this is basically 1 hour. So the 1 hour, I'll put like a smaller text, I believe. If I think it's basically the play here. Yeah, I kind of like just like this to basically visualize it. So buy side imbalance here, right? There's a large accumulation here going on inside of this distribution that's been, leaving some highs that potentially been used for pairing orders. Uh, there's an oh, there's like some sort of high resistance right there, but it's already taken, so I'm not very worried about it. Uh, that's a clean distribution right here. These three 1 hour candles, so basically 4 a.m., 5 and 6, right? These three 4 hour, three 1 hour basically. Going back for this buy side imbalance right here. That's nice. That's also an OT, right? If you look at this low right here to this high, you get an OT right there. And so like it basically is 22 mentorship model, some sort. Um, it's a bullish order block right here. It reached for that. Kind of like doing some sort of immediate rebalance on that wicks, but I would see that's just simple rejection block. So how many point this is right now? It's kind of like pretty good. Like it's 74 handles. Like it's a wild move. Like if I can make like 10 handle, I'm happy with it. Like so if you can make actually 25 handle on that move, it's not bad. It's not bad. The only thing's like there's not a lot of damage that's been done on the sell side right here on the 1 hour. So it's basically something I would keep in mind if I was looking for a buy to go for that. I don't see a lot of manipulation in the 1 hour. Like these two previous 1 hour low right there, they're low resistance, and I don't really like it. So I kind of like I need to wait more data to come in and find out if I'm aligned with the high D. All right, so basically it. I'm gonna turn off this one right there. I'm gonna turn on the bad boy right here, the new FX4 model. I am. Let's jump on a 15-minute here. I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so that was the 4 hour. Look at this massive backboard. That's wild. Okay, so okay, I see it. I see it. That's great. Look at this, man. This is wild. Look, this is insane. That's 4 hour basically. It's not that I don't want to use it. Like I think I'll just because it basically burned my eyes right now for some reason. I'll put it like potentially just like 9% of opacity, so it's basically not too bad. Okay, so this is basically our area of interest for potential rebalance at that sell side. You know, the only thing is it's basically too much, dude. I'll put it like 20%, maybe. What do you think? 20% is not too bad, I believe. All right, there we go. Now we're kind of like in a good way. Okay, so sell side imbalance right here on the 4 hour. We can see an accumulation on the buy side reaching for the external range of the 9 hour or 8 hour range. Specific accumulation range for the day on FX4 model. Something has been, for a while now, been there with us. So 1 hour imbalance right here, you can see this is 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. So that little box right there is basically, like I said this morning in the Discord, it's kind of like a checkpoint. And the idea that checkpoint is basically in between two kill zones. So, like, think about like you have a kill zone, you don't have a kill zone. You have a kill zone, you don't have a kill zone. So, that little pocket right there is basically like a checkpoint. It's like a milestone, or it's like an area where we're just basically arriving to. And from here, there's obviously going to be liquidity on both side of that. Okay, so right now as we look at this, there's buy side that's been taken right here at 7:30. So redistribution right there, but we protect that 7 a.m. low right here. So that's interesting. And reaccumulation right there, reach pretty much for these high, redistribute below that 9 a.m. low, and basically a large accumulation on the 9:30 open above that daily high, which is basically our actual daily high, 9:30. And now we're back to midnight open and 9:30 open as a distribution, but there's nothing going on here really. So yeah, I maybe have to look into lower time frame, but if I don't see the setup on 15-minute, why I should go into 1 minute? It's the same thing, right? Pretty small day so far, not gonna lie too. Like the fact that we're still inside these deviation right there on both sides. Pretty small, pretty small. So I'm gonna extend this. So like, look, so far, right? It's not that I don't see a potential distribution lower because, like I said, this might be the high of the week on yesterday. But this is basically, I don't know, my ID that I got today. I wanted to go back for that sell side imbalance right there on the 4 hour. So not gonna lie, this if there's no setup aligning with for that, I'm just gonna, just gonna pass basically. Okay. Like you basically have to put in your head and like an ID, right? If you don't have any ID, what the fuck you're gonna do, right? Stupid shit potentially. But that's why, like I have this idea. If Price wants to go for that, it's gonna go for that. I'm not worried about it. But I have to get something that actually align with it. That's it. Okay, so what we're doing here, I can go on lower time frame and look at this right here to see what's going on. Let me actually go in a 1 minute just to actually visualize a little bit more what's going on here. And for the clarity, for the reason of clarity, I'll use the 30-minute opening range indicator here. I want to get a little bit more details on the deviations and everything. Okay, so we got our first displacement of midnight open, the London range low, London high right there. Pretty small, what the hell? Okay, we got our first presented fair value gap right there. Okay, that's a valid one, I like it. That's pretty valid, I like it. Back to PM, first presented fair value gap from yesterday right there, like that small little pinhole of value there. That's the midpoint. The only thing is like the midpoint is not valuable as much as when you close at 10 a.m., you know. So like your data, let's say your quarter levels, your middle point, your everything can change, you know, because it's not confirmed yet. But at 10 a.m., when you get all these things closed and, you know, confirm and static like that, you can work with it. So basically, right, when I jump into my 30-minute opening range, when I jump on that train, basically, it's because, you know, I'm looking at a mini macro perspective. Like I'm looking at the lower time frame deliveries. So I have to basically like just before you jump on that 1 minute thing right there, right? Like it sounds like a best idea to go there and you know it's easy to make money, but you must have like the higher time frame ID, you know. That's what I mean. Like if you don't have that higher time frame ID, you're just losing your time. Which is perfect, you know. Well, do we have only 13 people in here? That's fine. Right. That's great. That's interesting. I'm the most ignored guy, you know what I mean? That's right. I like it. I like it a lot. That's funny, man. That's very funny, man. People wants coupon code. I don't have these, right? So that's the thing. Holiday season? Yeah, that's what I think, man. Honestly, it has to be that. Otherwise, like, I don't know what's going on, man. I think like the whole industry is basically just sinking in the like in the deep of ocean. I don't know what's going on, man. Like even on Twitter, it's literally nothing. There's nothing going on here. Like there's nothing, man. It's absolutely dead. You know what I mean? It's kind of like crazy. Yeah, I'm flying on the radar. You know, that's great. But it's just funny, man. Sometimes it is really funny. I mean, I like it. Honestly, I like it. I'm still waiting for my vacation. There's a bullish River Valley Gap right there. It's basically a reclaim on that. That's great, man. You can take vacation if you want. You have the if you have the ability to afford that, just do it, man. 100%. I was kind of like thinking to take like basically August off and come back in September, but it's not too late to. I'll see. We'll see. Damn, sounds like you just come in, man. Because I basically just explained it. I can go back again. Let's just. I want to observe this real quick. Okay. I like this low resistance right there. Not gonna lie, that's pretty good. Well, we're kind of like tight in time a little bit here. There's macro coming in 950. Um, mm, damn, I'm getting squeezed by the time, but also I like to participate that trade, and at the same time, it's kind of like rip. Because we're very close from that. I like it's still extremely valid. Like there's a lot of time and point to do for reach for that, but come on. Well. Okay, so if we can get some sort of retracement on that, I doubt it's gonna happen, man. If we pick that high right there, it's over, right? Um, um, there we go. It picked the high. There we go. It's delivering the whole thing. It's all good. I personally make my money already, but that's fine. I'd like to basically engage on that just because we've talked about it the whole time. It would have been nice to actually just engage into the execution and not being a guy that actually just talk. That's my trade right there. That was the bullish for everybody. Yeah, I mentioned it, right? So like basically right now, right? It's like you're not able to chase that. That's fine, right? You let it deliver at the target if it wants to go there, but if it's retracing, now you can potentially catch the whole thing and get basically a better price. Because right now I'm in, I don't want to buy this right here, right? That'd be stupid, man. And I'm not stupid, so like that would be very bad. There's this buy side imbalance right here. I kind of like it here. I can potentially use this value to the inversion for that previous PM first presented fair value gap there. It's also the quarter high. Okay, so that might be the retracement. We're not done, all right. Let's wait. The only thing is like if it's picking and like basically delivering that sell side imbalance, we're gonna be completed. But as it come back inside of that, it's kind of like interesting. Oh, I don't want to see like that like falling too much. Okay, midpoint. Midpoint is kind of like good price, man. It has to be bought, otherwise it's not good. Midpoint is a really good price. Really good. Really, really good. Back to the 15-second here. I'm basically observing price action right there. And now we have high resistance right there. So, you know, a small low resistance. It's 15-second, man. Inside bar right there. Change the city delivery here on the 15-second. I'm observing right here. Okay, we break above that high, close above. Mm-mm-mm. Low resistance. I would like to see this been, yeah, kind of like this. What is this low right here? 946. Okay, so we got this 946 low right here. We're back into a fair value area. Relatively close from 100% retracement. I don't see a lot of buyers so far right here. So I gotta stick to the idea of waiting, to be honest. But that's a great discount relative to where we wants to go. So, in terms of risk, it's pretty good. I really like what I see here. Let's go with one here. Stop has to be the low of that right here. I'll go for 25 deviation on that. Like, I could actually look for 50-50 and give a full symmetrical swing on that, but, that's fine. I like the fact that we did, you know, go through that and basically have an imbalance right here. That's pretty nice. Okay. That's my entry right here. Okay, so I only have one so far, so I don't have any ability to partial anything like that. But, like someone could close 200 right there and be completely done with like multiple account, easy stuff. Like this is basically a pretty good trade, like not gonna lie. So I'll put it to break even. Like even look, to be honest with you, like $600. Like this is more than enough. you know, it's more than enough. I don't really care if it's delivering higher or not. So that was basically the trade, guys. So that was worth it or not? That was perfect. No, that was pretty good. Quick. I like that quick. Took the high right here. That's beautiful. So like, having trigger on two contract, let's be honest, would have been one partial here and one close on the high. But since I only have one, I don't want to give it back entirely if it start retracing for no reason. Um, it's like it's your money. Like if you give it back, what's the point of trading then? What's the point of putting a risk? There's no point there. So that's the only reason I have to close this. Not gonna lie, that's if you didn't close that, like it's it's just you don't remove the risk from the table. Like it's just the way it is. And I'm not like it's very high potential that it reach for these deviation here. I'm telling you. Is it fine? It's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna like put my watermark on that just because I would like to keep a screenshot of it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Hello. Sounds like a random. Well, that's fine. Okay. What the fuck? I'll put it in the general chat of the academy so you guys can basically rely on that for later on. Man, look at this. Oh, that was a nice discount, right? Like somebody spot the discount, right? Hello. Um, quick 30 points on my CFD account. I'm satisfied with this. Man, I'm happy for you, man. Let's go. Do we have any other people that actually make money today? Because, we just want to celebrate with you, basically. Even if, winning is great, but like it doesn't have to be that big. Okay. Like, let me explain, right? Like, let's say you want to build a house, right? Like the house potentially have 2 floor, bunch of windows, door. It's basically not the best house, right? But it's kind of like a project, right? So you're building that house brick by brick, right? It's like first brick, second brick, third brick. Like, so you cannot start from here, right, in the air where nothing, no foundation, nothing, and putting brick right there. It's gonna fall on your head, man. you know, it's like it's not gonna stand right there. So like you gotta start from the bottom and basically start with bricks by bricks. Like, so I don't know if that analogy helped you understand a little bit where you go. So like, there's nothing wrong taking a small trade like this. Look, this was 15 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candle. Okay. If you find me one job in the world that actually pay that amount here in that time, well, I might quit trading if that happened. All right. That doesn't mean you want to abuse from that. All right. Like, this is good power, but if you actually repeat that every day and too many times, every minute, every hour, every 15 minute, like now you're basically, going outside the rail. Uh, First of all, the market's not efficient, right? If you do that, if everybody do that, it's not working. But if you can make that, once a day and just be happy, man, that's all you want. Okay. I can do that every single day, so many times. Like, this is easy shit for me, right? I'm telling you. So yeah, right. So that's simple. This simple framework, and it is all the stuff I've showing you in the booster 21. Like, just keep in mind, look, we have the low right there, 100%. We have the high right there with 0%. Like, what's these value mean? Like, it's what is this right there, right? So that's it. So what is the expansion? That's this right here, right? Now what is this? That's a consolidation right here. Like, let's say I wanted to go back for this right here. Like originally I wanted to go to minus 25. Man, I would be stuck inside of all of this crazy shit right now. And I would be like, oh man, what's gonna happen? And my surplus would to break even, and I would give it back, and I would be so pissed, and it's summertime, and all these things, and I would be just like, man, fuck, dude. It's frustrating. You don't want to be frustrated. You don't want to be learning. So the way to learn is basically not being frustrated, obviously. But it's my own opinion. This price action is not clean. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not the best, obviously, because for sure, if you look at the calendar, it like the week was not even started, and I was already saying on Sunday or even like whatever, like Saturday, or even like maybe Friday. I'm not sure that next week it's gonna be a weak one. So like, it's gonna be a weak one. And that's fine. Like, you can adapt to that based on what you see, right? That's what I mean. There's one person on my Twitter yesterday that asked me the question, like, how do you, like, do you like trading in Asia session, or what's going on with that? I was like, man, look, I have my own seasonality of style of trading. Like in December, I'm not gonna trade the same way I'm trading in August. But for that, you have to basically build your own journaling. Like, that's basically like, look, I'll give you an example, right? If you did something great in August last year, okay, like now you're basically having a reference point of what you potentially could be doing on this year in August, doing the same kind of stuff. But you must have that data. If you don't have your own perception and your own vision, then you don't journal anything because you're just whatever, not interested the journal, and you don't believe in it. Like, I can right now type in my journal. I can basically type the date of today, and I have like multiple years of what happened during that specific day, right? So I can basically look at it and have it some sort of reference point, and also it gives me some sort of reminder, on a years and years basis. It's like you're looking at, oh man, okay, last year I did that mistake. I did like I didn't. Oh, look at this. Woo. uh, but yeah, journaling is the superpower of the whole thing. And look, if I was traveling around the world with a massive seal sailboat or whatever you're doing, I would journal too. Okay, because if you don't do that, like you just don't really gain any experience. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be very scientific. Like you can basically just type in how you feel that day, what you done that day, what do you like from the day, right? What did you discover on your own, basically? The FX4 model weekly accumulation. I'm gonna show you after. Total profit at 1.3K. Thank you, Bootcamp 21. Let's go, man. I'm happy for you, man. Journaling my poker experience. Like everything has to be journaled, man. I'm journaling my guitar journey right now. It's kind of it's necessary, man. If you don't do that, you don't really know what you're doing. I'm having so much fun, dude. It's really fun. I would highly suggest anyone to do that. It's like you're reading, like when you come in the weekend and like basically everything starts settled down, right? Like you're basically having that backdraft of coming. It's like, like that was a nice week and stuff. You're basically reading that journal of all the week that you've done. You're like, on Monday I've done that. And you don't never look, and you like this is like something I've learned over time. You never type anything negative in your journal. Otherwise you're contaminating it, right? So you want to keep it like pure as possible and fresh as possible. Like that's an subconscious experience. So like it has to be very positive. And that's just my own opinion again, right? You can blast yourself up if you want, but I personally don't do it. It's not an area to do that, right? I will shred my guitar if I want to evacuate that negative. But I wouldn't like, type in my journal that, I've done this and I was this and I was you don't do that. It's my honest opinion. All right, weekly accumulation range. So do you guys understand my whole thing? We've run through the whole process today. And look, it's delivering this little 4-hour imbalance. That was complicated. Is this like art or whatever? I don't think it is, man. That was pretty simple. Oh, there we go. 0.5 standard deviation. Okay, so let's go back to our guy right there that like to see the weekly accumulation range. When I look at the weekly, I go minimum 1 hour. Okay, minimum 1 hour, not 15 minutes. 15 minutes good for daily. So look, it's the same principle as the accumulation range we got for the day, but we got it for the week instead. So where price can potentially deliver till the end of the week is basically that high or basically that low. Is that complicated? How far it can go up before it go down? I don't know. I don't really know, man. I'm not predicting the future, right? Um, it can go up still. Like we're bullish right now. Like if you look at this accumulation range, we start from an equilibrium standpoint and expand right now. So it's it can reach for the previous weekly high. We don't know. We don't really know. So just to answer your question, hey, good morning, Matt Nader. Just to answer your question, as Nat, keep it simple. Like the goal of the framework is not a mechanical model, or like it's not like, oh man, this happened and I need to do this. It's the best idea of the whole thing, right? The whole idea of that framework is to see where price is relative to every kind of like components. Like you have the previous weekly high, previous weekly low, weekly open, right? Low of the day, 6 p.m. open. Where price is right now relative to everything. And that help you just basically figure it out where price potentially could reach for. You know what I mean? Is that basically more simple than you think? That was great to see that 4 hour imbalance here being delivered. Um, Pretty close back to weekly equilibrium, which we saw at the beginning of the live stream on that layout right here. Help you build the narrative. Exactly, man. Exactly. It's like, look, all right, I'll give you one really good example of why I've built the framework, okay? And you'll basically understand like pretty much immediately. Um, I put like a I put like something on your head, right? And you cannot see at all. Like you're just like there's no you don't know, right? Um and that sounds crazy, but we put you in a truck and we bring you somewhere, okay? And you hear the truck, right? So first of all, right, you're in the truck, you have like your eyes covered and you don't see anything. But you hear that you're in a truck. So you know you're in direction to somewhere, but you don't really know where you're going, right? Because you don't see anything. Um at the destination, we open the door of the truck and immediately, right, you smell where you kind of like are. You don't see it still, but you can smell a little bit where you are. All right, it smell like, I don't know, it smell like the side of the ocean for some reason, right? It's like somewhere in your brain you have the ability to find like, oh man, I was like, I think I'm on the side of the ocean right now, and it's I can hear the wave too from the. So you hear and you basically smell where you are, but you don't see where you are. When I remove the high cover that you have, right? Now you have all of these visual representation of where you potentially can be, and that like your brain is already working towards where you are right now, where the fuck I am right now, right? And your first thing that you're gonna look at is basically the horizon, right? You're gonna look into, all right, I see like right there there's some sort of water that looks like the ocean. I can see some sand right there. I can see like some sort of city over there. I can like, and the truck is already gone, right? You're alone by yourself there. So you have all of these visual representation of where you are. It's just basically like you see the sun by this direction right there. You see potentially whatever the moon there. You see what you can see like you see some trees over there. Yeah, there's a river going that way, right? All these things gonna basically help you finding your way out of that area that you've been through. You have no idea where you are. So I don't know if you understand my point, but the framework is basically the idea that it's like if I remove everything, you basically have no reference point. The background of your chart is gray like this. There's nothing, right? So obviously you have the parkour or like the route of the chart where it actually come from and stuff, but you don't really have any timestamp and visual representation that can easily help you understand where you want to go. Basically, you get my point or not? Hopefully you get. I know you're smart, so. But like Castellian said, it helped you build a narrative. That's absolutely the truth. And now it helped you build a narrative in 3 time frame. Can you believe it? Just for the daily here, right? When I look at the daily FX4 models, I like the 15 minute. It is my favorite time frame at all times. So look, 4 hour imbalance distributed inside of that. Sell side imbalance, right? So we have that 4 hour imbalance here. zero point 0.5 standard deviation right there. Accumulating above the high right here, redistributing inside the buy side imbalance on the 1 hour. Reach for 50% of that imbalance here. Somebody buy the discount at that. Changing the state of delivery above that pre-session box right there. Return to 50% of that. You see the midpoint of that? The midpoint of that line, if I extend it in time, right? You see like that's an order block. It it respawned pretty nicely here. Got midnight open, 9:30. So everything below 9:30 is your discount, right? Actually buy right there on that order block right here in the 15-second chart for an expansion reaching for that high. That's perfect. You know, that was six. Oh, I did actually accidentally change the chart. That was $600 right there. You know, that's great. One contract, only one. So, and that was basically the drawn liquidity here. I was looking for previous day equilibrium, taking that high and this high as low resistance, like I said at the beginning of the live stream. This is 4 hour imbalance, sell side. So price is imbalance on the sell side. Price is showing up and wants to go higher based on these buy side imbalance. Price is balance. Price is reaching higher, reaching for that previous equilibrium. And I could go more and more, right? But that's a pretty good explanation, I believe. So I don't know. I don't know if it's helped everybody here, but that was pretty much my visualization for the day. At this point, I would not try to like I would not try to go short right there because there's no reason to go short right now. You know, like you could think the whole day and say, "Oh man, this thing's gonna go down," but why? What's the reason behind that? I don't know. There's no reason to go down for now. So do you guys get my point or what? Is that clear? Is it not clear? Is it clear? Is it not clear? Is that helpful? Is not helpful? I don't know. Hopefully it is. So again, the framework just give you a reference point. Look, if I remove everything, like these are nice because I've already plotted these things. But how do I know this is a bearish premium sell side imbalance? Right? I don't know. Like otherwise, if I need to have this. Now I know that my 4 hour imbalance is on the premium of the previous day. So that makes sense. If I'm pairing sell side discount to a buy side premium, that's basically where it go, right? zero point 0.5 standard deviation reach right here. That's great. Now it might consolidate for the rest of the day right here. Like it's not today is not a big day, right? I'm telling you right here. Tomorrow it's gonna be potentially one because there's a news tomorrow. But other than that, pretty much it. One small but major question request to be able to extend the level lines a little further, like maybe choose how many candle ahead. Which line you want? These one? I don't know if you're still. I don't know if you're here, but these line right here. You'd like to extend these a little bit further. I think they're not bad, man. They already extend one more bar than the relative actual one, which is, in my opinion, not bad at all. It's kind of like perfect, not gonna lie. Well, my own opinion, it's just my because I already tried to extend these things a little bit further, and it was not really what I look for. You'll share something in the Discord. Oh, that's great. If you guys did take some nice trade today, I would, ask you guys to put it into the receipt section. That'd be nice to look at it. Just motivate other people too, man. There's some people, man, they just need a little bit more motivation, not gonna lie. So, if you can share that, that'd be nice. Other than that, it's been an hour. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here for so long. I don't know if you guys have any questions so far regarding this beautiful thing. I keep it's very simple here, not gonna lie. This is very, very simple. Also added the hourly open, so like you can see right here, we're actually on 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So the ID is basically to show the 10 a.m. open. Like that itself is really good reference point. Like this tool is just basically a reference point tool. That's a framework, right? That's the way it is. Also, like I listened to another suggestion about the deviation, right? We talk about the fact that there was like too many deviation visually speaking, right? There was like all of it pretty much. Now it's initially showing zero point 0.5 as in standby for potential deviation. When it reach for the point 0.5, now these line extend and it actually when you reach point 0.5 it actually show you one more. And it's in standby too right here. It's kind of like waiting for a potential deviation to occur, but it gives you a visual representation of where it can be one. So that very helpful. It is simple, yeah. That's the high D, man. Too many complicated thing. I really want to keep these things simple. That's the idea, like overall. Some people's gonna say like, "Oh man, this is just too simple." All right. So why I'm able to make money with it all the time? If it's too much simple, right? Maybe you're over complicating it too much, right? Because give me all these reference point automated right there, and I'm fine, right? I'm good. I'm more than good actually. I don't need anything else. Because like if I remove everything, now yeah, sure I have these imbalance right there, but if I remove these like and I have nothing, I don't really know where it's going, right? And you also have the 30-minute opening range on the 1 minute time frame. I'll make it like fractal eventually, but that's on its own give you basically a very good framework too. I was That was 75%. I've basically closed right there. I hear you talking with somebody about alerts on Discord. I was a little lost. Yeah, I've put alerts on that too. Like, so there's some alerts on if you basically right click on the FX4 model, you click on this. And the way to set alerts for that is to put it on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, make sure you put it on the 1 minute. It's the best way to get the alert. Otherwise, if you use the higher time frame, it might, I don't know, like if it's, is this working the same? But I would basically use the 1 minute. But yeah, it's generally like very simple to put alerts on that. There's alerts on the previous daily high or previous session you're using, previous period you're using. There's alert on the daily high, daily equilibrium, daily low, right? There's alerts on the accumulation range high, accumulation range low. There's alerts on the deviation itself. So you see when it reached for 0.5 right there, it basically trigger an alert. And you can see right there, this is the high of the day right here at this level. I didn't put alerts yet for the pre-session high and low. Yeah, we'll see, right? We'll see. If you guys think it's necessary, I can actually put it. But like I said, this is only a checkpoint. It's in between the two kill zone. Look, the kill zone from London closed at 5 a.m. and the new kill zone reopen at 7 a.m. So like you get like that little break right there. That is a visual checkpoint of just basically where we are in the story, Renault. Is there any liquidity on the high and the low at that, right? Is there any 50% expansion, like anything like that? Just joined the academy a few days ago and I'm in the middle of the 21-day booster and the knowledge you provide is amazing. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm really glad that you find the value that you're actually looking for. And you'll see by yourself it's life changing, man. Literally. There's some serious student in the academy that actually find their ways with basically studying the 21 booster. And I make it look, I'm literally make it the more simple as I can. Okay, so like FX4 model is for New York Open. No, it's for everything. It's literally for everything. I promise you. I promise you, it's for everything. Like it's these are specific. Like it's not. I don't know why, but a lot of people try to mechanically trade that model. It's not. It's not a specific mechanical model. It's literally just like reference point that you could potentially utilize during the day and find out your ways with it. You know what I mean? Like that sell side distribution here when it rated the high, that was in London. It happened, like right here. Just this one right here, that was great. Like, look, 15-minute time frame. That high, this candle here, this one, and this one. Just these three candle going back for midnight open. That was the London setup. If I was awake and I was motivated to take that, I would have take that for sure. And you actually go back for that 1 hour imbalance here. Like if I go back on the 1 hour time frame, you see there's only one imbalance during the day, and that was this one. And where the market distributed into that 1 hour imbalance, tap 50% of it, which was discount of the accumulation range. It been bought as a swing low, right? So that swing low of a 1 hour time frame, I was considering it on that trade right here. And small accumulation here, just reaching for an open price. That was perfect. That was fine. $600 right there. You know, you cannot deny the fact that everybody would have take that $600 today, this morning, right? When you actually $600 in profit, you don't take it, you're giving it back. So yeah, that model is universal. It's literally universal. I don't see it as a New York model itself. It's good for everything. Obviously, you get a larger move in New York because that's the way it is, but I can use it in Asia. Like you guys gonna see. Like I'm gonna actually potentially like I have to basically build a series about around that and explain more stuff because like that's a high resistance CPT we have potentially right here. Low resistance on opposite side. You see these two candles side by side. You look at the definition or condition on the high. We reached zero point 0.5 in a sell side imbalance. Didn't close that sell side imbalance. Tap the 75% of that. Like if I put midpoint on it, you see like we come very close from 75% of that. Now we have two candles side by side, right? That's the definition of CPT, candle pair theory. And now we look at the condition or look at the wicks. Like that wicks is creating a higher high relative to that previous high right here. So what does that mean? That means there's buy side has been taken. And we look the opposite side, which is basically these two low, which is this hourly low and this hourly low right there. And this is our current draw liquidity for the sell side on the actual 10 a.m. sell side. So you'll get that soon, right? I'll talk about more and more and more. It's just I have some people that are here for so long, man, and they just understand everything that I'm saying. But if you're actually new, that's fine. Like, no worry about it. You'll see. You'll see more and more and more. Just show up, man. That's the only truth. Like, if you don't show up, you don't really get the point, or you just don't get it. And I'm telling you, there's millions of shiny object out there that might be attractive for everybody, but I'm telling you, like, I don't know. I've been trading that for a lot of years now. It's working, man. Obviously, every individual are free to do whatever they want, but I would highly consider my IDs because, I've put in the works. Uh, Very interesting that a 10 a.m. open is actually the accumulation range high. Like it's the same exact value to the tick. Interesting. I am in the academy. Let's go, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna close this. It's been an hour, 5 minutes. I think the value was there. I hope you learned something. If you didn't learn anything, well, just listen again, man. I'm telling you. And if you actually did pretty nicely today, just journal it in a positive way. 100% it's going to help you otherwise. All right. So we catch tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow there's going to be red news on the calendar. So I think we might be getting a little boost of moving price action there. Otherwise, on Friday it's my birthday. So yeah, on Friday it's my birthday, so 100% I'm gonna take that off. And it's actually the ICT birthday too, Michael. So if you heard that, Michael, happy birthday, man. I love you a lot. You helped me a lot, and a lot of respect. You are lying too? Let's go, man. I am next week. Let's go. Which day you are? Just by curiosity. What is the date of your birthday, basically? 12? Oh, that's great. That's great, man. I'm born on 8 of 8 on 1990. I'm gonna be 35. So another 8, right? So yeah, it's my year, man. I like it. So 33, I'm gonna be 35. 35 on 8 of August. 8 1990. Yeah. 35, yes, sir. So it's another 8, right? Um, a lot of 8, man. What's going on with All right, guys. Catch you guys later, man. I really love you guys. I really hope you have a nice day. Enjoy your day, man. If you're already done, close the charts, man. Enjoy it. All right. Bye bye. Thanks for the time. Hope you have an amazing day. Hey, have a great day too, man. Really appreciate that. All right. Ciao, ciao, fabulous people. Bye bye.